いちいち相手してられないのだわ。死角から来るのだわ。やっやっ、おっと。波のリズムを感じて、今のにボワンと舞踏会のようこそ。おっと、育児なしはバイバイ。弱点が丸見えでしてよ。やあ、完璧なシンメトリー。アリスに触んないで。波しぶきがザッボーン。やっ、わたいいな。わたもたいな。わたいないまなんな。いなわたいない。いなわたいない。いなわたいない。いなわたいない。いなたんなたまなんな。まなんな。いなたんなたなたまなんな。いなわたいない。まなんな。いなわたいない。いなわたいない。いなな。いな。いな。村串くん、おはー。君んちの朝ごはん相変わらず爆イケじゃん。でもさ、ボン作り置きの卵ユッケがあったからちょっともらおうとしただけじゃんね。
お兄ちゃんが卵を凍らせちゃったから余ったお肉と一緒にしたやつだね。猫ちゃん用に。 ちは生ものはあんまし体に良くないって言いたかったんじゃないかな。
おっと、リンもいたか。
やー、みんな静かにしてて、マジお願いね。もしもし監察官、任務なら超順調ですけど。
店長に代わってもらえるだろうか。二度言うつもりはない。
直ちにプロ騎士君、はい、これ代わって。
もしもし、
手短に話そう。シーシア捜査官がフォロー・ザ・ヒーローへ参加するにあたり、そちらの助力があったこと、治安局が調査している対象についてもおそらく彼女が口を滑らせている。
それならこっちも話が早いよ。
あれらはエーテルが不活性化された特殊な状態にある。個体として色あせたエーテリアス自体は脅威ではないとしても、その状態を作り出すことのできる何者かがいることは脅威だ。
Oh, interesting. So it's the animal, or in this case most likely humans, have transformed into an ethereal, but it seems like there's someone or something that's able to extract the ether from them, and that's why and that's what creates the faded ethereals, is that they're ethereals that have had their ether removed, and now they're basically dead because, I mean, they use ether to power themselves, and when you remove it all, then they're just kind of screwed.
この人物の身元を突き止めることが目下我々の任務とはいえ、この連絡に関しては私の立場を明確にしておく以上の目的は。
プロ騎士君まで魔王になったらマジ。
待て、緊急で通信が入った。諸君、状況が変わった。
足じゃないです。
至急映像を再生できる機器を用意してほしい。それと
ロームル。
残念だがロームルは正式な令状が発行される直前に拘置所で監視、そしてホローエクストリームスポーツ連盟が保有している倉庫に、この犯行声明はホローへ突入する直前ネット上に投稿され。
ならばもうホローには。
そうだ、この声明に焚き付けられた者たちが大挙して押し寄せている。各文書からも人員を。
つまりあの音部。
シーシア捜査官、直ちにホローへ向かえ。例の色あせたエーテル。
了解です。
それと店長君、再生機器の提供に
私も捜査に加わっちゃダメ。
君が治安局の人間ではない以上、
一丁噛みさせてくれるだけで十分だよ。
分かった。
おいリン、本当に行く。それなりに時間はかかる。
聞いてお兄ちゃん。
もしもーし。そうさか。それにあしらマジ約束したもんね。
シシは
そんなのプロキけどプロ。
分かった。すぐにビリーと連絡を取ろう。
んじゃ
Oh, cool. I can use other people.
誰かがアシュラのことジロジロ見てるよ。
Interesting. They want me to use these.
ひ
These
らめ
two.
きを探しに店長さんとのお出かけならいつでも大歓迎だよ。
I mean, I could. I haven't.
これ
I
セ
haven't
シリア
built.
先生が用意してくれてさ。
Hmm. Wait, what is she?
ほらシロピン、誰かが
He's an attacker.
なんかステージ衣装として
I
は
don't want to use her though. I don't really like her playstyle.
ないかな。
So I could bring in Arya.
妄想デビルだよ。
But then it's like, who do I bring? Do I bring in her for the support
シシ
or her for the stun? Honestly, I think the support's probably more useful.
スペシャル
So let's just do that.
妄想族のみんなボリュームを上げて
Can I
けよ。
not have her? No, I cannot. Okay, then let's just have Arya be my actual damage dealer.
着いたね。行こう。
プロ騎士君離れないで。マジできっつ。血の匂いがやばいって。できれば1秒でも早くこっからガンダで離れたい。
商品の近くには選手が集まってるはずだよ。人が多い場所に行こう。
ライブはこれからだよ。
まずはこの辺りを見渡せる場所を探して状況を確認しよう。裂け目がかなり多いね。
プロ騎士君あっちビリーたちだよ。行こう。さっさとビリーたちと合流しよう。
店長、やっと会えたぜ。
ビリー、それにカリドーンのこのみんなも。ちょっと待って、この倒れてる人たち、もしかしてみんながやったの？
店長。
Oh, that was annoying. I could only trigger the dialogue when I was facing him, but he was facing into a fucking, basically a wall.
店長が来るのかと。マジで体は平気か？
平気だよ。こんなに早く戻ってきちゃうのは予想外だったけれど、体。
もちろんだぜ。
You mean this dive? You're not diving, you're just going into the hollow. The whole point of the reason to call it a dive is when you were diving into Eos to control him, but you're not doing it anymore.
パイセンがいると喋る必要がない。
この大会でカリュドーンの子を天下に知らしめるつもりでした。市内に来ていなかったシーザーたちは今頃郊外からこちらへ急いでいるはずでしてよ。それはそうともうその辺に
いや、俺らが裂け目を抜けた時にはもう床で伸びてやがった。
こいつらのお顔をよーくご覧遊ばせ。マジ？じゃあこいつら全員しょっぴーちゃえばシンシアちゃん2階級特進ってこと？治安
おいおい、ニコの親分ともう
お目覚めの時間ですわよ、あなたたち。どう見ても正規の
I mean, to be fair, what she said wasn't really out of character for Nicole. Nicole is also a money grabber.
無敗のチャンピオンの拳は
待ってくれ。何でも話す。ホロピエットは以前にもでかい山を踏んでたんだ。急に連絡があってな。人稼ぎさせてやるから。商品の横で待ち伏せてたら、わけのわからんやべえやつに襲われたんだ。何が起きたかわからん。
Oh, I bet it's from yeah.
あのピンク髪の。
Oh wait, pink.
次にやったらただでお金。
A pink-haired girl who has the ability to dislocate joints. I mean, I think it'd be Arya. I don't know why Arya. Because like obviously I brought Arya, so she's pink. And there's also Nicole. I don't think Nicole has that ability. Oh yeah, right.
ピンク髪もいろいろだけど、
Forgot about her.
大会絡みとなるとこの間のラミルがな。
あなたは黙っててよろしくてよ。
どこへ行ったのか知らん。
小さな箱。ピンク髪が私の思ってる人なら例の同期を狙っ。やっぱり本同期がこの箱。
けど何？そのピンク髪が持ってったんじゃん。そんなのロームル当人に決まってますわね。かつての大会会場はい
やっこさん、犯行予告じゃ随分浮き足立ってた。
頭を働かせなさい、ライト。逃げを打たなきゃいけないようなやつがわざわざ商品の山を抱え込んだのはどう？
森がないなら作ればいいってやつ？その理屈。
小難しい問答はともかく、問題は
シシア、あんたの
挑戦できるに決まって。じゃあ温動機の箱貸して。ロームルが温動機を持ってったの見せてあげようじゃん。ヘビのシリオンの力。ひげ、なんで痕跡が枝を。無駄ですわ。お忘れになって。ピンク髪だってその箱に触れてるんですもの。
するって片方はこのか。
そんなのわかんない。
なら二手に分かれるとするか。そうすりゃ少なくとも
だな。俺とライト、それにルーシーは酒。
いいけど。
俺様の見立てじゃ裂け目の向こう側は結構なエーテル活性だ。俺ら。
ええ、こっちが道に。
分かった。
お、そんじゃ行動開始だ。大丈夫だぜ。
わかってるし。てかこいつらを逮捕するのは捜査官たるアーシであって、お手柄も自動的にアーシのもんだから。
ビリーたちガイドなしで大丈夫かな。
大丈夫っしょ。むしろアーシュラがロームルと出くわした時の心配した方がいいかも。正面からやり合う気ないから、あっても隠れる。んで助けを呼ぶ。オッケー。どいたどいた、危ないで。
その辺は任せるよ。ここまだまだやる気十分って感じの参加者多いし。
これくらいは余裕かな。おとなしく捕まっときなよ。エンジェルタイム。エーテルの痕跡はこの裂け目に続いてるっぽい。
隊長、そっちは大丈夫か？
環境は安定してるし敵もそんなに。そっちはなんで騒がしいの？
Yeah, the trail was missing before. There should have been a trail. They should have shown the trail right away.
エーテルの痕跡は裂け目に続いて。ストップ。
どうしたの？私たちが追ってる痕跡。
違くて、あそこの見るからにヤバそうな3人が
うん、見るからに堅気じゃないね。
はあ、3人に勝てるわけないっしょ。あーしは1人なん。いやー、バカ無理。あーしのこの通信機、あのクソ上司にいじられてんの。
シーシア捜査官、報告がないようだが。
さっきから声がす。いたぞ、女が2人。
あーし、これから
死にたがりが2人増えたぜ。ちょうど暴れたり。交戦対象は3名か。指名手配されている者もいる。本来の任務からは逸脱するとはいえ、だが君が進んでこの責務を遂行するとはな。
監察官切らないで。黒騎士くん、
あいつらのこと指名手。あんたたちブラックウルフが集めた犯罪者だね。私たちさもないとこちらの紳士。
そうマジこすっ。
は笑わせんな。
それはファントムのこと？それともヘイ。
バカ言え。はったりに決まってら。
そっか、あんまセンシティブなやつは見せたくなかったけど。
Oh, she actually did take a picture.
死んでる。なんだ。
あんたたち最後のチャンスを逃しちゃったね。
勘弁してくれちゃん。俺も自首する。
はい、手錠は自分でかけ。その完全懲悪をなし。
完全懲悪。
プラキリンチやんか。これマジ最高すぎる。
ふざけやがって。てめえらグングになって。
まだ足に逆ら。やるー。こんな手思いつくとか見た目ほどいい子ちゃんじゃないんだ。
プロ騎士としてやってきたんだもん。奥の手の一つや二つはね。
Okay, so I assume this is where we fight Romuald.
隊長、
順調だよ。
敵がうじゃうじゃいる以外は順調だな。ルートも
あっちは心配いらなそうじゃん。ほら行こう。アリアちゃんちょい休んだき。あっちと比べると確かにこっちは楽勝だよね。とんだサプライズや。エーテル活性が低いしエーテリアスも少ない。てか人の気配なくない？
確かにちょっと変だね。
片付いたった。エーテルの痕跡はあれ？プロキシ君見て。見て見てプロキシ君、この辺。
シンシアの辿ってる痕跡がラミルと。
まあそんな感じ。
私だってこんな。
オッケーけどあんまし長いできない。てかさ、アシテバ今日はつきまくりじゃない？お尋ね者を一網打尽にして、しかもずっと追いかけてたモノクロ事件に。
確かにね。私たち
もうそんなマジ。そう考えるとプロ騎士君にもちょっと。けどそれはそれとして、あし監察官のために働いてて
何かあるたんびにああ知ってば。
だから君、とにかくあしが言いたいのは、君がはったりかましてくれたおかげで初めてだったから、そういうのこんなもんだから。
きっと本当にみんなから慕われる治安。
きっと最後で台無しじゃん。なんかわかった？
待ってね。シーシア、もう一回セベリアンさんに。シーシオ？プロメイヤ
逃げる。助けてっていいなよ。どういうこと？
終わりだ。確かに警告したはず。進んで巻き込まれに来たのだから。
待って。アシラどシンシア、武器を下ろ知ってる。
でもプロキ出すわけがない。そういう命。
プロメイヤだったよね。
Yeah, like she works for Krampus. Attacking her out of the blue was kind of a stupid decision, right? Like she hadn't even tried to attack, right? She was just walking. Like we don't even know if she was going to go after Belle or if she's just going to walk right past her. You know, she had shown no signs of aggression. We know she's working for Krampus, and we have a Krampus connection. Now I don't know if Ciccia knows that, but either way, if she does work for Krampus, it's very unlikely that she's going to go around killing people, right? So, to immediately start attacking her was a little dumb, right? like, I understand why Sissia did, right? Sissia has a trauma regarding her, and is not willing to interpret her actions in good faith. So I understand why she would do something like this, but it also is like all signs point to her not being aggressive. Now, I mean, she did, immediately after being attacked, did start, hitting hard back. So it's kind of,
あの子の
酔わせたエーテリアスを
トップスのことは黒枝が処理する。他者の介入など必要なく、我々を差し置いて枝を倒る。
この大会が
教えられることはない。
どうする？
Well, we're not even. I mean, I guess technically we. I mean, she says she's there for the fated ethereals. I assume you can interpret it two ways. One, she's there literally for the fated ethereals, or two, she's there to hunt down the cause of it. But either way, it's like we're both there. Also, it's a little silly. It's like, oh, we're gonna prune you guys out. Like they're pubsec, right? Like, maybe what she means is her specific branch of pubsec, and not pubsec, because it's like her just saying, yeah, well, like I work with the FBI, and we're going to completely eliminate the police. Like, no, like you just don't have the numbers and the ability to replace them. Now, if she means specifically her department, whatever one Safarian is in charge of, then maybe that could be the case, right? If they think that this branch of PubSec, it would be like if there was a police branch, a very specific, unique police branch, and they're like, you know what? Let's just create a branch within the FBI and have them do it instead of the police. It could be something like that.
お前たちに枝が伸びることは当面ない。今しがたの無礼。話は終わりだ。先ほどの短歌は。
Oh. The feather on the ethereal. Shit, so Ramiel is able to do that. So Ramiel's the one turning them into fated ethereals. I mean, it could not be a bad thing, right? Because, like, just draining the ethereals of their ether and locking them down, not inherently a bad thing, right? Now, it does beg the question of, well, what are you doing with the ether? Like, are you removing and absorbing it? Are you just removing it from their bodies and just releasing it into the air? Which wouldn't be the worst thing, If you stop hollow activity without any negative repercussions. Now, if you're absorbing the ether, then something could eventually go wrong with you. But it does definitely make it seem like Ramiel is the one doing this. So it does make me wonder, oh, actually, maybe that's why she needs the Force Illuminal. Okay, so she's probably absorbing it then. She's probably absorbing the ether that she's extracting from the ethereals, and that's why she needs the W engine. Because as we were told, the alloy that it's made out of helps with internal ethereal balance. And that's why it's able to help us, because our implants are causing weird shit with our eyes and our internal ether. And that's why the alloy is helping us. So one would assume that if she's really wanting to get it, she wants it for that effect. Which would allude that she's actually absorbing the ether that she's extracting from the ethereal. And maybe her own ethereal balance is breaking down because she's absorbing too much. Well, who knows? Maybe she's a vampire. Maybe she actually needs it to live. But the problem is that it's hard to manage. She has to absorb ether to stay alive, but doing so throws her own ethereal balance into out of whack.
モノクロエーテリアスは
最後のは聞かなかったことにしとく。
店長。
ごめんね、 こっちもなかなか大変で。
それがさっきまでずーっとエーテリアスをしばいてただけだ。とはいえこのルートは脇道もほとんどねえから楽だったぜ。
プロキシ君、この辺漂ってるエーテル。
ありがとうシンシア。それじゃあビリー、お互い目の前のいい裂け目を抜けたらまずは
了解。
Oh, I guess I could have brought Trigger, Seed, and maybe Sissia would have been a good combo. All electric. Seed works well with attackers. See, this is what I find like weird, right? If I could use my eyes, why are your eyes able to help with that? You know? They just make it seem like it's like Deus Ex Machina type thing, where it's just like, yeah, my eyes just do all my work. Like, so you just are not a proc. Because like, isn't that the weird thing? Wasn't Fairy supposed to be doing some of this shit too? Wasn't the only point is that the reason why we were able to map things out so well is because we had our computer system that was able to calculate this shit, and then we were able to use our implants to then go into AUS and then use the throughput of our machine to calculate this stuff and then relay it through AUS, which no one else is able to do because they don't have the implants and they aren't able to inhabit a bangbit, you know? But then it was like, oh, somehow our eyes got like out of control while we were like determining the previous map and blasting it out to everybody. And I'm like, why are you using your eyes for that? You know, like, also, like, even if you can't use your eyes, why isn't Fairy doing anything? Or is that the thing? Is does Fairy reach us? Is the only way Fairy is able to reach us because of our connection to our implants? And so with our implants down, she can't reach out to us? Because, like, the weird thing is in previous story quests, Fairy would be telling us the route. We'd say, hey, Fairy, what's the route out of here? And then Fairy would get back to us saying, oh, it's this way, go this way. So Fairy would be the one seemingly calculating all these routes. So why is she completely radio silent in this, right? Because I didn't believe that it was through a connection to our eyes. Like, why would Fairy need it? I don't know, it's kind of those weird things, right? Because, like, and actually, or maybe that is it. Maybe the reason why Fairy was able to communicate to us, even outside of the Hollow, was because we're inside, our brother would be outside, and she would use she would use the implants in both of us to bridge a connection and relay the information. Whereas now, with our sibling turning off their implants and us not using them, she has no method of communication into the Hollow. But again, they haven't really properly, clearly ever explained this, or what our eyes actually do. And it makes it really kind of vague when they just kind of like throw it out. Oh, we can't do this. It's like, well, why? Because like, you had Fairy guide you before, so why is she no longer able to communicate with you? And what does that have to do with your eyes? But I guess this makes sense, right? The fact that they would both converge in the same thing. Because basically, if Remiel has the W engine, then if Romuel has the Italy engine, then Ramiel is obviously going to be hunting him. Now, it's weird that she went the wrong way, but yeah, she could still be finding her way to hunt him down.
ルートが消えた。本物のブラックウルフにたどり着けるよう祈るしかありませんわね。
人気がねと思って
なんだ。うっとうしい小バイどもが来た。おお、この俺を追ってこれるとは思って。
ごたくなら結構だよ。
こんなちっぽけなおもちゃのために。
いいからとっととよ。
やめとけお嬢さん。
人をイライラさせるのがうめえやつだ。そんなにどいつもこいつもヘラヘラ殺してやる。ここでてめえらを皆殺しにし。
うっさいですわね。
聞いてるオムル、治安局に協力すればまだ原型のよ。
原型だといくら減らされようともう死刑は免れねえくらい殺した。
Yeah, like he murdered a guy on the way out, right? So not only is he probably going to be found guilty for murder in the previous instance, but he also murdered someone to escape. So like, if for some crazy reason he's not found guilty of murders in the Hollow case, in the previous Hollow, then he's 100% guilty for murder for his escape. Like, there's just no way you're going to get out of that. Like, there might not be enough evidence to prove that he, did kill. You could argue, oh, well, I only killed them after they became ethereals, not actual people. Sure, you could make that argument, and depending on the evidence presented, he might be able to get away with it. But like, nah, the escape thing, definitely not. Definitely not. Like, you killed the guy on the way out. Like, it's not like you knocked him out. Like, no, they said he snapped his neck. He's dead. So it's like, yeah.
今のでちっと気分が良くなった。連中はこの大会を利用してある計画を立つとして、連中の計画にとって最後のピースになるのがこのナガ。それももう俺の手にある以上、連中の計画はおしまいだぜ。ミルボリア、お高く止まってやがったバスが当たったな。
So it's bait. So they need someone. So are they trying to bait us, or are they trying to bait Ramiel?
さて、
ゴタゴタい。
おしやかんのもどかしさを抱えて死ねな。
土の下に？あんたは穴掘り。
なんか店長、ちょっと合わねえうち。
マジであの悪党とやんの？温動機はこっそり取っちゃえばよくない？
警備の姉ちゃん、店長頼む。ついでに援護してくれ。正直こいつはやべえ。
ここまで来ちゃったんだし、私も全力で戦え。もうすぐそこだよ。
尻尾を巻いて逃げなかったことを後悔するぞ。大会的にてめえらの血で潤してやれ。
走っての得意だし、今度は慣れたりぶっ飛ばしたり。
殺し損ねたことを後悔する。
やっと見つけた。
Oh, white feather. Oh, I thought it would be a black feather.
怪しい人には気をつけてって言ったのに。 ちょっと脇が甘いよ。善良な市民さん。ごめんね。
Interesting.
これはもらっていかなきゃダメなんだ。
Yeah, so it is her.
私のものを取り返すから。
It is her.
最後にもう一つ
I don't know why she uses white feather when she has black feathers.
優しくしちゃダメだよ。今のは。ねえねえ。温度計は？持ってかれた。
Interesting. Was that bait to bait her out?
ラミル？
Yeah, I just assumed it was going to be black feathers because it was like the feathers of her wings. So I thought it was. So when it was a white one, I'm like, shit, is there someone else? I'm like, no, actually, it's her. It's so weird. Why does her power exhibit as white feathers when she only has black feathers? And also just. So that's really interesting. So basically what she's able to do is she's able to manipulate external ether. So it seems like what she did was she froze everyone's ether. And maybe for the ethereals, she's able to do it. Maybe she's able to extract from living people too. Like from actual people, not hollows. But she just chooses not to and only does it for hollows. Because that's the interesting thing, too, is that they made a big deal that they were not going to have background checks for stuff. It was like, yeah, anyone can join. So, it does seem interesting that they would have a rule like that, and not even just, like, verify the identities of people just so they know, who's properly in what team, so there can't be any sort of cheating, so that you can't have, like, one person in multiple teams type thing. So, it does seem suspicious. So my guess is that someone told them, hey, let's do it this way and not do it. I don't think it was Rusty Cliff. They put them at the head too much. I think it was the guy who with Yokai and Tops who probably like recommended it, knowing that they were going to intentionally sneak someone. Because like obviously they said this guy had done a lot of crimes. So it's just like, yeah, why the fuck wasn't he arrested long ago?
治安局で一晩缶詰にされてリン治安局では
だいたいセベリアンさんに話した
その説明でセベリアンさんが
多分もう容疑者の目星がついてるんだと思う証拠はないよでもあの瞬間隣にいたいそんな離れ技ができるならあのモノクロにな
プロキシ君いる
偉いじゃないかシーシアちゃんと
当然っしょホローから出たばっかでそう大魔王から君らに伝言犯人はラミルだけどラミルなんて
何
要するに全部偽物だったってことでそんなやつを例によって足がまあ今はどうでもいいんだけどなんたって足ってばオフだから
I mean, you say fake name, but that could actually be her name, She actually could be Ramiel if she did, but if she has no record, like if she was never given a birth certificate or something like that, then, because that's basically what we do. We say it's a fake name when we can't find their identity, but it could be their identity never existed in the first place, right? It might not be a fake name, just that they were never properly documented. But obviously, in a world like ours, and theirs in general, there's documentation for everything, so it's far more likely that they made a fake name than they're just completely undocumented and have no trace of their identity. Oh, I see. Interesting. So the consciousness link, we obviously knew, right? That's how she was getting into Eos to begin with. But the eye has a pathfinding. So that's kind of what I was thinking that it did before, when she was creating that route, which she was then sending to people. I was thinking that maybe her eyes or implants have some sort of augmented reality type shit, where it's able to actually like interpret what we're seeing and perform calculations, which it then presents to us. And that's why our eyes got so overheated during that, is because we were taxing it a lot to try to find the ideal route, while we were already under a lot of strain. Yeah, exactly. Because we're the one with the problem. They also have the same implants, but they haven't experienced any symptoms. It could also be because we're the ones going in, that we're overtaxing ourselves, which then just led us to this issue. But they're the ones who... So we could be the ones in the back, and they can be the ones going up front. So basically, the sibling would be the one going into the hollows now, while we stay in the background. Now, I really hope they don't force me to actually play this character.
もしかして
どうかしら。けれど、これで少なくともはっきりしたわ。彼女は確実に
So if they...
ロスカリファへと戻ってくる前に。
Okay, so that's obviously talking about Ramiel, so that's what they're there for. That is the interesting thing, too, is that, like, if the W engine was provided by them, it could be that they have a means of tracking it, you know? Okay, so that's the... What? What are you doing, AS? Okay, so they're after Ramiel. Yeah, so they're with the Bangu company, or at least the little girl is. And they provided the W engine, so they might have a means of tracking it. But then it does beg the question of what Ramiel is doing. How is she able to do what she does, for one? And then two, what's her goal? Now, my guess is that she also needs it. Is that her ability also leads her own internal ether to get out of whack, so she needs the W engine to fix it. But then she also did mention another company, or Weskaflula, whatever. I don't know if that's a company or a city. It's the kind of weird things. They made it seem like New Eridu was kind of like the last city of humanity. But, like, they literally just said she came in to New Eridu, which means she came in from a place that's not New Eridu. Which is like, I thought New Eridu was the last bastion of civilization. Although maybe New Eridu is the last big city in the world, and the rest of the world is just filled of little tiny, like, towns and villages. So this is the last big city, but then there are other places where pockets of civilization live. Because obviously there's still the Outer Ring, right? The Outer Ring has people living there, so it's not like humanity does not live outside New Eridu. But they did kind of set it up to be, oh yes, this is the last city of humanity.
これが看板料理。この筋張った肉。これもひどいな。極めつけはこのもみじ虫。これはとんだ失礼を。シャーラップ。うまうまの料理はディレクター。 次からはこんな衛生管
スタジオにカメラ戻して。
What is this? I guess it's a green quest, so I assume it's one of the event quests. It has to be the multi-week one, because the other one definitely just seemed like pure combat. Or no, shit, it was you. You was on the face of that. Was on the face of the 2-week one, the one that expires in 2 weeks.
ここのおかみさんやってるシンウェイちゃんとは前にホローを脱出するのを手伝ってあげたんだよね。ちょっと待ってて、外のテーブルを使えないか。いいの？火鍋料理屋ジューフーへようこそある。とびきりの熱々、味わう準備はできてるか？
Oh, okay, this is the Lumina Square. Oh, okay, so it is this one. Oh, they both have you on the cover. Okay, so I started this one, I guess. Let's not do that right now. I feel a little curious what this one's going to be. This one seems like pure combat, though, so this should be much faster to do. It's Miyabi? Oh, it's Miyabi. I thought that was Yuchan. It is a little crazy, though, that they involve us in a quest like this. Because it's like, we literally just did a quest. We finished the epilogue, where it's like, how many more times can you do this? Well, maybe no more than 10. I can use my eyes maybe no more than 10 times. Okay, well then you should be sitting you should be sitting inside, and I'll be the one going into the hollows. And then we get a quest that's like, hey, we need you to map out the hollows. I mean, I get it, right? I understand. Okay, let's not start that. Don't start that yet. Already been walking for an hour. So now that I at least unlocked them, as you can see, so presumably I should be able to do all of these in one round, in one go. Because it's do it and then do it with an S rank, so if I do it the first time with an S rank, then I should be fine. So, this actually, the Sudden Thunder and Explosive Flames does seem like a co-op event we did previously, where we could actually go in with other people, and we had a gimmicky thing. I think it was also done by Miyabi, or the people in this group. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Because that is a nice enough walk for me. But I will be back on later. Much later today. I'm going to do more Crimson Desert. I am pretty close. Well, I'd like to say I'm pretty close to being done with Payloon, but not really. Because there's a chunk of the map I haven't done at all. And then that chunk of the map includes a tower, which will take me into the Abyss. And the Abyss takes a lot longer than you might think. Like, I remember over the weekend, I was like, oh, okay, well, I just unlocked... I think at the very beginning, I was like, I went... Oh, yeah, that was it. So, at the beginning of one of the days over the weekend, I was like, oh, I forgot that after... For the Scholarate Abyss Tower we went up, but then we didn't actually do it. Like, we went up the tower, and the second we unlocked the first Abyss artifact, we got kicked out. I completely forgot that, I hadn't done any exploration after that. So I went back, and I did that. So I continued my exploration from that point onwards, and it took me literally 2 hours to go through all. So, like, I popped back up, and then just going to the next few islands, it took me, like, literally 2 hours to explore. So, like, the Abyss section platforming does take time. Depending on... I think I did go through a lot of zones, though, so it just takes a while to do all the puzzles in every zone. I'm not sure if the tower in Payloon is going to be as involved as that. I assume it is, though, because of how many Abyss things there are. But so, yeah, so there's the Payloon side quest I have already unlocked. There's defeating the White Bear as part of the quest, and then the tower exploration. So there's a lot. I don't think I'll be able to finish Payloon today. I think I'll just be, working a little bit more on it. Also, I did look up where the Witch of Kindness is. She's in a portion of the zone that I haven't fully explored yet, so that's why I've missed her. And now I know where she is, and I can unlock her. Because basically, I've done the 4 sanctums. I've cleared away the 4 sanctums that she's in charge of, because I found them first, before I found her. So, once I find her, and she gives me the quest of reactivating the sanctums, I then have to go back to each of those 4 and reactivate them, and actually purify them. So I was able to kill all the bad guys there, but I wasn't able to purify the sanctum because I hadn't found the witch, and so that's going to take some time too. So anyway, yeah, so I'll be on later today to do more Crimson Desert. I'm going to be focusing mostly on side quests, but also exploration, because like 2 of the side quests I know I have are in this big chunk of map that I haven't explored at all. So going into there is going to have me find a lot more stuff, and then I'll finally have everything. And then who knows? Because like, just keep popping up as I do other stuff. Like, it was to the point where pretty much every bounty I was doing, I would show up and there'd be a new commission to do. So there'd always be like a new commission to do. So anyway, now that I've done that, I finished all the bounties. But there definitely is some stuff that I need to unlock, because there are some, like, there was I found the Woodleaf tribe, and I went past them, didn't really like talk to them. Maybe they had some quests. Maybe I needed to poke around there. I didn't actually go to their village, so maybe if I'd gone into their village once I got close enough to the NPCs, I'd be able to accept quests or not. It's difficult to say, because like, you do these things, you do these quests, and and then they take you to another location. I'm like, well, are we going to come back to this location? Like, are some of these things being locked behind story progression? I just need to wait for shit to be done. So it's hard to say, but either way, I'll still be focusing on Payloon for the most part, and then yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.